Hi, greetings, fashion creatives. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for sticking with me. To my new subscribers, I'm glad to have you on board. Okay, on this tutorial, I'll be teaching us how I was able to achieve this keyhole neckline at the back. It's very beautiful neckline, and I know you love it just the same way I love it. So I'm going to teach us how I was able to achieve this. It's very simple, but I just want to take you through in case of any confusion you are having towards achieving this particular keyhole neckline. So let's start. This is my pattern paper. It's not on fold. So the first thing I want to mark out, because I'm only drafting the back pattern. I'm not drafting the front pattern. This is just because the tutorial is basically on the back. So what I did was mark out my 1.5 inch zip allowance. So from there I'll mark out the rest of other measurements. The first thing I'm marking out is my shoulder measurement, which is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So from there I'll get my armhole depth, which is 8. I'm not that busty, so armhole depth varies. It depends on how busty your client is. Some person's armhole depth is 9, some person's armhole depth is 9.5, 10. You understand? So mine is 8. The one I'm using is 8. So after that I'll mark out 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So with that, after marking all that out, I'll just get my armhole curve with my curve ruler. That is what I want to do now. With my curve ruler, I'll get my armhole curve. So I'm trying to get my armhole curve here. This is just simple basic pattern. There is no beginner that doesn't know how to cut the simple basic bodies, right? Because that's the first thing that any fashion tutor will teach you. So the next thing is to get my neckline. I'll be using 3. I'm using 3 inches. Then for the neckline depth, I used 1.5. I used 1.5 inches. I used 1.5. That 1.5 inches is, sorry, not 1.5. I used 2 inches. Sorry, this is 2 inches. This is just to get my neckline. So I've gotten my neckline. The next thing is to connect my shoulder slope. So I've done that. You can see the shoulder slope. I've achieved that. The next thing I'm going to do is to measure out the body measurements, my bust measurement, my bust circumference, which is 9 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Seam allowance, 1 inch seam allowance. Now what I'm trying to do here is to get my under bust, because I want to attach a dart. There is a dart on this, so I want to get my under bust. I've gotten my under bust, which is 12.5. So this will help me determine my darts, because I want my dart to stop at exactly at the under bust. So from that 1.5 inch I've marked out as my zip allowance. From there I'll get my nipple to nipple measurements, which is 8 divided by 2, which is 4. So I've marked out that 4 on my half length. I'm also marking it out on my under bust. So that is what I'm doing now. I'll connect the 2 lines like so. I'll connect it. That is for my dart line. I will extend it a little above the underbust since it's at the back. If it's in the front side, it will stop at exactly at the underbust. Because this is the back, I extended it a little by 1 inch above the underbust. So on what I'm using for my dart is 1 inch. So I'm marking out 0.75 on each side of the dart line. Then I will connect it to the underbust like so. So depending on how you want your darts, you can increase yours to 2 inches, but I used 1 inch, so 0.75 on each. So it's 0.5 on each side of the dart line. So that is it. I've gotten the dart. The next thing I'm going to do now is to mark out my body circumference. My breast circumference is 9. Now I'm adding 1.5 inch seam allowance because of the dart. Alright, then on the waistline I'm going to replace the 1 inch that the dart is going to take. So my waist is 7.5, but replacing the 1 inch plus seam allowance, everything stopped at 9. I hope you understand. I'm replacing the 1 inch that the dart is going to take plus 1 inch seam allowance. That's why I got 9. So with that, having gotten all this, the next thing I'm going to do is to mark out, or first of all I have to cut. Let me just cut first, cut out, then before we now achieve the back keyhole neckline. So it's the cutting that I'm doing right now. Doing the cutting right now. I hope this camera okay. Yeah, I'm done with the cutting. So having finished the cutting, the next thing I have to do now is to mark out. Now to achieve the keyhole, you are going to choose the depth that you want from your shoulder. So for me, I'm choosing the depth 6. I'm using 6 inches for my depth. If you want it deeper, you can use 8, you can use 9, but I'm using 6 inches for my depth for the keyhole. Then from that 1 inch zip allowance, from that where the neckline stopped, I'm going to connect it to that 6 inches depth. Then I'll now curve it straight with a straight line and join it to that zip allowance. Hope you understand. I'll just curve it, then cut it out. Sorry that I've already cut. I didn't know that my camera wasn't recording at this point, so I was done drafting everything and cutting it out. But I hope you understand what I did here. You get your depth where you want the keyhole to stop, then you connect it from your zip, from that neckline, from the neckline that you got down to the point where you want the keyhole to stop. Then you connect it to the zip allowance, then you cut it out. If you want it in a circular form, you can connect it all in curves, but I did my own to be in a triangular form. I hope you understand. So this is it after I've transferred it to my fabric. You can see it's how it is not really triangular, but it's giving this cone shape. Yeah, so this is it when I was done sewing the whole dress. I'm going to show you how the back is. You saw the back from the beginning of the video, and this is it at the end, so that you understand how the whole thing went. And if you've watched this video to this extent, I'm really grateful. Thank you for sticking to my channel. Thank you for trusting my teachings. I appreciate. Thank you for watching to the end. God bless you. I appreciate. And if this is your first time viewing my channel, coming across my channel, please do not forget to give me a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much. Now you can see how the dress turned out. I know you saw this from the beginning of the video, so this is me showing you again at the end of the video how the dress turned out. Very beautiful and it's very fine. Thank you for as many that is watching my video for the first time. Thank you for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and also subscribe to my channel. Now for the neckline, the extension of the turtleneck, you can style it in any way and in any form that you want. You can tie it at the back or tie it in front as I styled it this way. Whichever way you want to rock it. There are several ways to rock this particular style, as you can see. So now if there is anything about this dress that you would love me to teach or to talk on, please comment in the comment section. I'll be there to reply you. Thank you very much. I appreciate your engagement, your views and your commitment to my channel. Thank you very much. I'm hoping to see you in my next tutorial. God bless you. Bye and enjoy the rest of the video.